guys, it's LpsHoney, and today I wanted to take a look at some rare fake LPS with you. Now you may be thinking, rare fakes, honey, what are you babbling on about? And I wouldn't blame you. Rare fake pets are kind of a strange phenomenon that's happened in the community. There are specific fake LPS that have kind of piqued the interest of collectors in the community. The biggest culprit for this are a bunch of fakes known as Romanian fake LPS. You may or may not have heard this term before, but they're a specific type of fake pet that is obviously very clearly fake, but they have more of a sticker eye design and also kind of like a deco tattooed pattern on them. I wouldn't blame you for not hearing about these fakes because it is such a niche collectible thing in the community, and I mainly see it talked about on Instagram. Now I want to reiterate, these pets are completely fake. They are not official LpsHoney, but there is still an audience of collectors for them. I personally don't really get the whole appeal of paying a higher price for a fake LPS, but it is an interesting part of the community that I wanted to cover. And the reason for that is because recently a seller or sellers popped up on AliExpress selling these Romanian fake pets. Previously, whenever I had seen these Romanian fakes go for sale, they went for a pretty hefty price. I never fully understood it, but I thought it was cool that there was a whole subgenre of collectors who were interested in these fake LPS because of their unique designs. So when I saw these pets pop up on AliExpress for dirt cheap, I knew I had to get some. There's some little wiener dogs in the preview image that I think actually look pretty cute and I want, but they are sent by random, so I have no idea which ones I'll be getting today. But come along and join me as we take a look at these Romanian fake pets and see what all the fuss is about and why they have their own subculture of collectors. So here's the pack. I'm not seeing any wiener dogs, but it does seem to have a pretty decent variety of animals, which is pretty cool. Oh, these pets are interesting. What happened to this poor guy? Let's take a look at these fakes one by one, go over what they're made of, and just have a look at what we're working with here. So first of all, these pets are made from a much heavier, thicker, harder plastic. Their heads are very heavy, and while their heads can technically move around and bubble, they're on a completely different bobblehead system to a normal LPS. Some of them definitely don't look the worst, like this crouching cat has okay printing. It definitely is patchy and not the best, but compared to this guy, the grey crouching cat got off easy. His left eye is printed on horrendously, and even the tattooing on his hair is printed on a bit sketchy. His neck constantly slides down, and because the heads are so heavy, he only stands in certain positions, that being this one here, and this very awkward look over the shoulder. Any other position, he's just way too top heavy and wonky, so he's not standing. Next is this giraffe. Much like the crouching grey cat, he isn't too bad. The eyes are at least printed in the correct spot and the tattooing is pretty decently done. However, much like the cow, he can only stand in this one position. If I try to stand him any other way, he's just toppling straight over. There's this poor up cat, and if I didn't know any better, I'd say my guy got into the catnip and is having a great time. He looks so freaking dazed and out of it. Next up is this crouching cat. It has the exact same eye and tattoo pattern, so if I'm not mistaken, I believe when it comes to these Romanian fakes, they use the same molds over and over again, just changing the base color. Like these two have an identical design, it's just the fur color that's different. Next is this toucan, and probably the best printed out of all of them, surprisingly. His left eye isn't perfect, and with a bit of paint fixing him up, he'd honestly just looked like a normal LPS, maybe out of a blind box with the lesser details. And this one's tattooing is like perfectly printed on. There's nothing missing from this one. So if I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be this guy. Next is this cross-eyed horse. Very interesting look. From this side, it reminisces an LPS pretty well. And this side, even though the eye is slightly printed crookedly, again, it looks like an LPS horse. Because the eyes are printed going in two different directions, head on, she looks a little, different. She's definitely not the worst compared to some of the others, but comparing it to an actual LPS, the quality is nowhere near it. This one's also just a bit dirty in general. Next is this guinea pig. I don't know what their obsession is with these demonic orange eyes, but it's definitely an interesting look. He also has some weird squiggly little black lines in the tattoos. Looks like a printing error to me, but who knows. I gotta say, an official LPS with this shade of purple would actually be really cute, when you can get a clearer view of the weird bobblehead mechanic they have going on here. And speaking of the bobblehead, our next pet looks like he has a bit of a tumor growing out the side of his head. Somebody get this man to the veterinarian, we gotta operate. Out of all of them, I feel like this one here is the closest resembling to an official LPS. Not in overall like quality or anything like that, but I do remember a sticker-eyed tabby cat that is kind of similar to this, at least in the eye design. So I'll try and find an image of it and put it next to him. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I feel like this one's eyes in particular are definitely based off of an existing LPS. And the very last Romanian fake pet we managed to get is this short-haired cat. This is the only brown fake LPS out of this whole package, and on their listing there also seem to be green pets. So in general, it looks like the colors that they use are pink, yellow, grey, purple, brown, and green. This one unfortunately has one of the worst neck pegs, and she just looks like a little munchkin cat. Honestly, she's so stubby. If you hold its head up like it's meant to be, it definitely looks a lot better, but because there's nothing stopping it, it just continuously slips down. You can actually pull their heads off, so let me show you what the bobblehead, quote unquote, looks like in these pets. So this is what the inside of their head / neck joint looks like. It's not a bobblehead mechanism at all. A traditional LPS will have a little metal spring in there to help give that bubble effect, but it also has stoppers in place to stop the head from slipping all the way down like this short-haired cat continuously does. Whereas this pet kind of has a little mushroom in its head. Once it gets past that original first bump, there's nothing stopping the head from sliding down, hence why a lot of these pets' heads are very unstable and continuously slide down to give them really short necks. Also, because there's literally nothing stopping these head parts from moving around inside, the pet's heads can do a full 360 super easy. There's nothing stopping them. It's definitely cool that they're easy to take apart, and these could be really cool props for horror videos especially, or just making some really weird head swaps and maybe practicing your customs. But overall, now that I have them in my hands and I've finally experienced these Romanian fakes with their little tattoo designs, I don't get the expensive price tag behind them. I mean, look at the quality we're dealing with here, guys. Let me know what you guys think of these fake Romanian pets. I personally don't get the high price behind them. I think it's cool that there's a subculture of collectors who enjoy tracking them down, and I'm in no way bashing anyone who likes these pets. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions on them, and for me personally, I do think some of the designs are pretty decent. Quality definitely isn't the best, but the design on this toucan is pretty cool. I also like the crouching cat's design, and honestly the giraffe's pretty decent as well. But overall, I cannot see myself spending over like $1 or $2 per pet for these fakes, and that's why I bought them from this AliExpress listing, which I'll link down below. If you're interested in them, definitely check them out. I've had a pretty decent experience, and honestly, I kind of want the dachshund. I don't know if there's any way that I can specifically pick that one out, but hey, maybe one day. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let me know what you think of these pets. If you enjoyed, like always, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. It helps the channel a lot more than you think, and I really appreciate it. But until next time, I will see you later. Bye guys!